Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Today is Friday, so we are going to look of course at the BTC and ETH chart. They are both breaking out. It looks very good right now, but I thought it would also be nice to quickly look at the markets and how we are doing right now, because also this week has been quite a crazy week with a lot of price action. So we actually going to start off now with the foreign markets, and then we are heading over to BTC and ETH because those are the most important. So do me a favor, watch all the way to the end, because there's also a few surprises in there when it comes down to the charts. And of course, once we start it off, I always want to ask you to like, subscribe, click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. Share this video with your friends or leave me a comment. I will look at anything you want me to, so just drop it in the comments and I will look at it. Could be another crypto, could be another asset class, just let me know and I will try to cover it right here. I also noticed that the light here is not really perfect. Right here above me is like a kind of open roof window kind of thing. Sometimes there's a lot of light and then suddenly I'm very dark, and suddenly there's not a lot of light and then I'm lighter. I don't know, I have this weird, I'm trying to switch the camera as well, but it is now what it is. Not important, because I'm gonna make myself very small in the left bottom, and we are going to look at the markets and the prices. So let's go. First of course, European markets, they're closed right now. They finally had a green week after a few red weeks because of the war, of course. There is some hope that there will be maybe a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine, because there are peace talks right now, and therefore the markets are going a little bit higher. Has that the effect on oil? Absolutely. As we see here, the oil price topped at $130, went down quite fast to approximately $94, and now it's kind of rebounding a little bit. It looks like it has kind of a base here between let's say $94 and $100. This is kind of what we're looking at, right? If this can hold, and then most likely oil can go higher if it doesn't break this level or this level. Of course, bad for the gasoline prices, but if you're trading oil, then this is a pretty good scenario. Let's move over to gold real quickly. Same kind of scenario. We saw gold rallying pretty harsh during the uncertainty, going all the way up to more than $2,000, and I think we even matched the previous high. Yeah, exactly. Let me quickly draw a line there for you. So as you can see here, at a few dollars, that's the same high. You would say, well, there's a double top, that's quite bearish. Yeah, on the other hand, if we are really zooming out, and I saw this everywhere, I found a bit of a stupid scenario that was mentioned. But then people are saying, yeah, but we made a, no, you know what, maybe I should even, no, sorry, weekly. We made a cup and handle pattern, and that was right away mentioned. Oh, well, in that case, then we're going to $3,000 for gold, because that is the, like the target then in this pattern. But I think a lot of people forget that it took us 10 years, so a full decade, to make the cup of this cup and handle. So it will also take years before we're at that price target, if we hold the same kind of pace. So don't expect gold to suddenly go to $25,000 or $3,000, $2,500, $3,000 in this year. So let's see how that goes. And of course, it was very much to expected that we will have some kind of a retracement right now. I actually want to see it finding a little bit of base around this level. That was the $1,900, or this previous level what I had here, that was actually the 1,860. That is a little bit my line in the sand, because if it breaks lower, then I'm worried this cup and handle pattern will be unvalid, and then retracement is just too deep. We quickly want to see now actually move back up to around that 2,000, 2,050. S&P 500, we had quite a little bit of a correction, 14%, but now also swiftly buy back up. I draw this white line here as resistance. We are breaking the resistance as we speak. So in 40% down, 8% up already from the bottom. We'll see if this holds. If not, then of course this can swiftly go down again, and then these bottoms are then the first support that we're holding. If else we have to check what will be the what will be other supports, but right now that's what I'm looking at. I actually don't mind if the stock market goes much lower, the S&P and Nasdaq, because if we're zooming out here on the daily, you can see that we had this tremendous crazy run up because of the money printing, and now of course the central banks are rising the interest rates a little bit, so markets are correcting. stuff around the war, so it is to be expected that there's maybe a little bit of a longer period of a correction. Then the Nasdaq, same kind of story, also a tremendous run up, of course, just like the S&P with all the money printing and everything. Also here we have a resistance line, we are breaking it right now, so let's see if we can close the day above. From the top to the bottom we corrected 22%, and now from the bottom to where we are right now we already pumped up 10%. So interesting to see if this is going to close lower or not, and if we will visit these lows again here around 13,000. Okay, then quickly head over to BTC, because it's most likely the reason why you're tuning in. As you can see, we have broken the very important resistance line that I already mentioned multiple times. That was this yellow diagonal line, which I said I do not understand. People are not talking about this being the resistance right here instead of only being the resistance here on this top. And right now we are breaking it, so that looks good. Now, full transparency, yesterday I said if we are breaking this white line right here, I will most likely put in a short. We broke it, had the retest, went down, but I completely missed the volume. There's almost no volume here to confirm this breakout, so I was kind of just waiting and waiting, and yesterday had such a slow price action, such a slow movement. Matter of fact, I didn't put in any trades yesterday, so I just let it be at okay, you know what, leave it, we're not dumping down. In that case, and if we're not dumping down, then there is of course a case to make that we're going higher, because if everything that's being sold off is then just being bought up by the bulls, so that then looks good. And also that exactly happened. Now this support line right here, I draw that just before I started the video. This started here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touch points, so it becomes quite significant. And so we're going to see if this will hold. Right now we are jumping out of this yellow resistance line, so can we hold it or not? Of course I want to see a daily close above this yellow line. A daily close, that's important, because if we're zooming out, then we're seeing on a daily time frame that it has been resistance for quite some time. So I want to see a daily close above to really confirm. Maybe even a retracement, that will be nice, and then higher. If this one doesn't hold, then of course this one needs to hold, and then of course the 40 needs to hold, and then this is actually the last one, that is 39. So it looks like a lot of points, but this is quite precision work, to be honest. It is quote unquote only 6%, and 6% is kind of also the daily volatility of BTC. So we could hit all these goals within a day or 2 days and still be in this bull trend, or kind of this micro bull trend that we are in right now. So these are the levels that I'm looking out for if we are start to dump down. Of course, if we're breaking up, like I said, we need to close a daily here above the yellow line. Then let's see if we can break this white line and this 42k yellow line, and then it looks pretty good. And then my target will be here, the top, where we already had a few touch points. Interesting to see if around that 44 to 45 thousand level, if we can start hunting for those tops, that would look really good. And yeah, if we're breaking, already talked about it. Then quickly, something else I want to show you, that was the high volume note. Let's do that actually on the 4 hourly, that's maybe a little bit better. There we see, let me see where I have that. Also pretty good news, because the high volume node is, as you can see here, much lower. This is a thick red line that will counter support, that is the 38,800. The thing is, the price is now right here at this cluster where you see a lot more trading volume coming in. So we need to see if we can go above it. Right after we are entering the gray part, which is then the kind of over bought level. So no blue skies yet, so we have quite some resistance. First the cluster and then the overbought level. So the shorts right now are building up already. I saw it already in a few order books in the trading funds, that the shorts are building up. So be careful and don't get too bullish right away. If we were trace, absolutely no problem, but I just mentioned all these levels. That is where I'm looking out for as resistance, or sorry, as support, to see if that holds, and if we're really turning and this will do, let's say on an hourly or on a 30-minute, something like this. Let's get this a little bit out of the way. Something like this. I will most likely put in a short and then see how far this can ride down, and of course take profits along the way. Absolutely would not be bad if we would go down here a little bit. The weekly, of course, will most likely be ended in the green. Alright, quickly head over to ETH, same kind of story. As I said, if we will break down, I will put in a short. We broke down, but then you see in this cluster right here, yeah, we have one candle is a little bit higher, but actually we are missing it. So I did not put in a short at all, especially now because we're finding some solid support here, and then we are now moving higher. Unfortunately, of course, I said already yesterday, I didn't take the trade. That is a bit of a bummer, because right now they will be up 15 to 16%. We are getting in overbought territories right here on the hourly. You can see it on the RSI. Doesn't mean we can go higher, but I will be very careful. I would definitely not put in a long right now. Just let this one play out. What I said, why I'm not trading this, is because this is a cluster of a lot of resistance and support. We had this line, we had this breakout, then we had a support here, here's one, and then here's one. So I said, you know what, this is so messy and this can go either way in a matter of a day, that I'm just waiting for a clear breakout. I will not guess the bottom, I will not guess the top. I'm just waiting for this thing to play out. The only thing that we haven't talked about yesterday was this potential W pattern. It's a bit of a shame that we didn't, because it looks like that is actually a very good trade right now, or that would have been a very good trade right now. So if I'm taking the measure tool top to the bottom, then we would have a price target from around $3,000. That will be a perfect round mark. Let's see if it can reach that level. Again, I would definitely not put in a long now, because you have a little bit less than 2% left, and we're already pumped up so much. So just let this one play out, let it go. We missed this completely fine. What is more interesting to see is, of course, this support and resistance box that we drew a very long time ago. And as you can see, we had unbelievable numerous amount of times touch lines here, is to see if this support box can be broken. Because if we are in there right now, as you can see, actually I should extend it a little bit. Let's do it right now. So it's approximately here. Then you can see we're in there right now. That looks good, and then the price target will be around 3K of that W. That is around here, so that's also in that box. If we are going lower, what that level will be. Are we going to hold this price level, the 29.65, or are we going to 27.80 maybe, or even this line? I do not want to see us breaking back into this box. That will be quite negative actually. But if we are coming down a little bit and then retesting, I'll say clear skies ahead, and then maybe we can even start talking about bull markets again, and we can say the bear market is over. Let's see how it will go. We were too optimistic a few times already because we hit this resistance line, but let's see how it goes. So far it looks good, and like I said earlier this week, I am becoming more and more bullish. And once BTC and ETH are pumping, then we're also seeing that the rest of the crypto market is pumping as well. As you can see here on the daily for the crypto bubbles, a lot of green on the board. We have this crazy ape coin for the NFTs. Don't buy it, it's ridiculous, but it's pumping a lot. But of course those don't get fooled, because if we're zooming out a little bit here on the weekly, we do see some green, but if we zoom out on the monthly, oof, it's still a lot of red, so be careful. Alright guys, that will be it for today, and most likely also for this week. I hope you like this jam-packed fast update about the markets and BTC. And if you now know what I'm looking out for, be careful, don't jump into any trades right now. It's Friday, most of the big traders go home. In the weekend there's sometimes a little bit more volatility on less liquidity, so just be very careful. I would say just let it right out, come back Monday, enjoy your weekend. If you like this kind of videos, of course, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, click on the bell, click on also so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share the video with your friends if you think that's useful. Also feel free to add me on Twitter and Instagram, links in the descriptions. I will update you with content multiple times a day. Thank you guys so much again, and see you next one. Bye bye.